Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on our YouTube account and we are checking out the Bountiful Trials of Veithael. So overall guys, it seems like he is going to be a very strong Celestial hero. Tower utilization, absolutely. Cursed Realm, Twisted Realm, I would probably say absolutely with both of them just because of his build, the buffs that he provides as a tank. I think again that he is going to be used in a lot of different parts. So we're going to move over to our left side guys. And we're going to put him front line, so he will actually stay front line. We're going to run him with Kneasa and Rook. Now, on this account, we are actually building out Kneasa and Rook. We're going to put Veithael in here. We're going to put Oku, so a tank in the back. Then we're going to put Palmer. This is going to be our first formation, guys. And I want to see exactly what he can do and see what these formations are really going to mean to him. Overall, again, we did quite a bit of testing on him. Seemed pretty strong. I like the overall build. You can even see both of the tanks, guys. Kneasa and Rook does put out a significant amount of damage. Also does have a pretty good crowd control factor with Kneasa. And then, of course, Veithael does a lot of damage as well. Offers a lot of buffs to the team, which is what we like to see. Moving over to our right side, it's going to stay with the exact same formation. So Veithael, we have Kneasa, and then we have Veithael, which of course is going to take out Leofric. We have Oku, and then we have Palmer. So Oku is kind of a combination of a couple different heroes. So overall, he tanks, but similar to a lot of tanks within AFK Arena, often doesn't have the survivability that we're looking for in a tank with the damage mitigation. And again, looking at the damage, guys, over 3 million damage. Full build out. You can see, guys, he is 30960 within this formation. That is really going to be the ultimate build or the optimal build, just for the simple fact that you want to max out his HP, and this is also going to have issues with his survivability. So in this one, we are going to add Scrag in here for, of course, the overall buffing that he's going to do within the enemy side. And then, of course, we have Audrey in here, guys. Audrey, one of the top damage dealers in AFK Arena. It is kind of crazy the amount of damage that she can put out. And I really feel like he is going to be a hero that we're going to have to put into the Celestial Tower. I really feel like he could be a missing piece for a lot of the formations just because of his specific build. This one, guys, exact same formation. So we're running Veithael with Kneasa, and then we do have Scrag. Of course, Scrag offering the big buffs. We have Palmer in here for the buffs as well. So if you look, guys, if Veithael is buffing, Scrag is buffing, Palmer is buffing, it's such a very, very strong combination, which after we run through the trials, guys, we're going to hop on. I'm going to see exactly what he can do within here, check out his skills and abilities. This one we're going to drop in the Awakened version of Brutus is going to be the change in here. We're keeping Oku in here. We're keeping Palmer in here. Again, just for the sheer buffs. This will be the last, this one and the next one will actually be the last ones that we have within this formation or within this setup. But look at the damage, guys. It's very, very cool to see. Even doing a little bit more damage than the Awakened version of Brutus, which of course we know Brutus doesn't do an incredible amount of damage depending on the build that he does have within the formations. This one, of course, going to stay the same, which means a lot of crowd control with Brutus in there. Love the pull together. Boom. Tanks doing... I mean, technically, even though he's a warrior, pretty much a tank there. 4.5 million from the Awakened version of Brutus. Of course, very expensive to build out, but that will do it for the Arena of Trials for Veithael. I'm going to run through kind of his skills and abilities really quick. Now, overall, guys, this is an interesting one. So 50 energy per second if not being controlled. Any team that he does face crowd control is not really going to work. Because this is actually going to shut him down incredibly fast, which means PvP teams, this is going to make a big difference. Loses 150 energy per second if he is controlled. Now, again, we want to make sure that he is not crowd controlled. So he burns his energy to swing his sword, dealing damage. After using the skill, every subsequent time he uses the skill, spends 350 energy. So more energy in there for an energy burst, damaging all enemies in front of him by 10%. Now, all enemies in front of him, guys, this is going to make a big difference if you are stacking up enemies or if you have the ability like Scarrat to really pull them together. Brutus pulling them together, Kneasa and Rook pulling them together. this can amplify his damage a ton. Energy burst damage cannot exceed 500% of the attack rating. When the energy falls below 350, he will stop using energy burst. So you do want to keep him and keep his energy up. Each time he deals damage with that energy burst, which of course is this 350 energy, the damage he receives is permanently reduced by 5% up to 40%. That is right, guys. He comes with a 40% damage reduction, which is absolutely crazy. The brutal backswing. I love his movements within the character itself. The max health increased by 30% at the start of battle. A couple of heroes do possess a similar ability to this. Health percentage remains unchanged. When he takes damage, it will reduce his max health until it reaches the original value. So to the point he gets back to that 100%. Then he charges forward with his attack rating, knocking them back, which he swings the sword, of course, almost like a whirlwind style. And he has a stun, and it heals him for 25% of the max health for the duration of the skill, receiving 40% less damage. So again, there are multiple facets of him that has that damage mitigation. Then, of course, is immune to controlled effects for the skill's duration. This is going to make a big difference because remember, if he is crowd controlled, he is going to lose a ton of energy. This will keep him from being crowd controlled. Now, Hear No Evil, if he's about to be inflicted with a control effect, so again, that is going to negate his energy. He negates the effect and swings his sword, damaging nearby enemies for 260% of the attack rating and interrupting their cast, which again can lock down targets depending on who's in there. For each enemy hit, he is healed by 100% of the attack rating. Skill can be triggered once every 15 seconds. If it triggers an energy burst, the enemy hit by it permanently loses insight and proficiency, which of course is going to be awesome. Again, Twisted Realm, Cursed Realm PvP aspect, he is going to be huge, guys. For each enemy hit, he heals 120%. Then of course, guys, his plus 30 engraving, skill number 4, cooldown of the skill is reduced to 12 seconds from 15 if the skill triggers an energy burst. Enemies hit by the energy burst permanently lose insight and proficiency, double what they had at the regular base. Then of course, guys, the plus 60 engraving, attack buff is increased to 1.5%. So head held high, considered a normal attack. So this is his normal attack. When used, it damages enemies in front of him 2 times. Again, enemies in front of him, not a specific enemy. So if you can group them up, it is going to do a lot more damage. If the skill triggers the energy burst deals an additional 10% of his max health. We know from the beginning, guys, that he is getting a big max health boost, which is awesome. Each time he deals damage, he gains 1% attack rating, stacking 20 times. But this is 60 engraving, guys, 1.5% attack rating buff, stacking 20 times at the max stack. So when he hits that 25 physical pierce, which could be 25% more damage, again, knowing physical pierce and physical resistance. If he is controlled, he will lose the attack rating and physical pierce, which of course is the reason he doesn't want to get crowd controlled. Now, signature item wise, max health goes to 50%. You can see right there. 10, 20, 30, absolutely a priority, guys. Every 1% bonus to his max health increases his attack rating by 1% up to 50%. So he gets his 50% buff at the beginning of battle. His attack goes up 50%, which is kind of crazy. Every 1%, he also gets dodge, which of course we know he does have the agility gear up to 150 points. And then all allies gain 100% of the attribute bonuses from his signature item. 100% of the bonuses, so if his attack is going up 50% because of the 50% increase to his health, that is right, guys. All allies gain the attribute bonus, which is huge. Finally, the furniture. So when an energy burst is triggered, which we know is 350 energy, every 1% bonus to his max health, which he has up to 50, increases the damage of the energy burst by 2%. You can see it doesn't say there's a cap in there, guys, which again could be pretty broken. And when he receives excess of healing, if increasing his max health up to 100% of the original max health, 50% goes to 100%, which is very cool. All right, guys, so that'll do it for our Arena of Trials. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the new hero. And as always, thank you guys for watching.